Oh my God, he just had to move out the way. Oh God. 2 hours and this guy has been consistently busting my balls, bro. Like, I think I'm just in the stream, man. When I seen the trailer for Black Myth Wu-Tang, I mean Wukong, I knew this game was going to be something special. For 4 long years, I sat patiently like a praying mantis, waiting to ambush its prey. When I booted this game up and seen the first cutscene, I was blown away by how ass the graphics were compared to the gameplay footage shown back in 2020. Thanks to this game, I now know how a person with a severe stigmatism feels because this game was so goddamn blurry. I either needed a 50/90 or thick-ass bifocals to improve the game's clarity. This goddamn monkey game had my PS5 on life support when I would enter certain areas. The demand was so great that my PS5 started apologizing while letting out struggle farts trying to run this game.
Man, I'm sorry.
Yo.
In addition to that, this game lagged so bad that it ate my inputs, which can be really frustrating when encountering a boss. However, the worst part about this damn monkey game are its fans and its developers. As we all know, Black Myth Wukong came up short at the 2024 Game Awards against Astrobot for Game of the Year. Though I and others think Astrobot deserved the award, there were many people that thought the opposite. Unfortunately, the people that thought Black Myth Wukong should have won Game of the Year are the same people who threw a bitch fit when Spider-Man 2 didn't win the same award back in 2023. Unfortunately, they are the same gamers that say that gaming is dead while only playing Madden, 2K, Fortnite, and Call of Duty. Then when a game like Spider-Man, or in this case Black Myth Wukong, comes around, they think it's the best thing since sliced bread, and they immediately stick their iron flag into the gaming community soil as if they own the place and declare this game should be Game of the Year. Now, I would respect their opinion, but it turns out most of them only played Black Myth Wukong and didn't bother to venture out to play any other game that was in the running for Game of the Year. So when this game didn't win Game of the Year, they threw the biggest fit all over social media. They started review bombing Baldur's Gate 3, which won Game of the Year back in 2023. Those who were rooting for Black Myth Wukong was rubbed the wrong way due to the creator giving a speech prior to naming Astrobot Game of the Year. However, the fans weren't the only ones upset about the game not winning. Game science developers were seen crying after Black Myth Wukong lost. Nobody was more upset than the CEO of the company. So he thought he would take his frustrations to Chinese Communist Twitter and upload a post stating that the games nominated this year were all exceptional. But honestly, I still can't figure out what the criteria were for Game of the Year. Then towards the end of the statement says, I feel like I came all the way here for nothing. It's unfortunate how the world has gotten so soft. It's crazy how this game has the name Wu in the title. That alone automatically makes it a part of the Wu-Tang clan. Instead of crying like a bunch of baby back bitches because you lost to a children's game, you should have taken a page from the late great Old Dirty Bastard and stormed the stage like he did at the 1998 Grammys, interrupt the speech that Astrobot devs are about to give, and tell the world that Wukong is for the children.
Wu-Tang is for the children. We teach the children.
If the game science CEO did that, he would have gained my respect. I know this game was popular and sold 10 million copies in just 3 days. I know that cash rules everything around me, but it's not all about money and sales. What matters is if the game is fun and creative. Did Black Myth Wukong check these boxes? Yes. Did it do better than Astrobot? In my opinion, no. Though the devs and a certain part of the fan base are annoying, this didn't stop me from enjoying Black Myth Wukong. This action RPG rooted in Chinese mythology is an amazing game that proves developers in China can create AAA games that can go toe-to-toe with some of the world's best game developers. Black Myth Wukong's story is based on a popular Chinese novel called The Journey to the West, or also known as The Monkey King. This book has inspired many adaptations in the form of movies, books, comics, and anime. For those who are familiar with the anime Dragon Ball Z, should know that this anime draws heavy inspiration from the classic Chinese novel. The story of Black Myth Wukong is somewhat of a sequel to the classic novel. Centuries have passed after the defeat of Black Myth Wukong. Amongst the monkey people, the story of the battle has been told to countless generations of their species. The legend states that a destined one will arise and find all 6 relics of Wukong in order to revive him. You play as the destined one and embark on a journey to recover the 6 relics of Sun Wukong. Throughout your journey, you will run into many characters. Unfortunately, the story fails to go into depth with these characters due to limited screen time. It doesn't help that the main character doesn't speak. Due to this, some cinematic scenes can hurt the storytelling aspect of the game. Where it makes up for that weakness is at the end of each of the 6 chapters. When a chapter concludes, an animated depiction telling a small tale of that chapter's antagonist plays. Each one is unique from one another, having completely different art and animation styles. They are all exquisite and they show an emotional aspect that could have been used within the main cinematics. Overall, if you're looking for a story with substance, the Tale of Black Myth: Wukong doesn't have it. Now, if you're looking for a boss rush, kick-ass, ask questions later type of game, Black Myth: Wukong got what you need. After I got acclimated to the game, I quickly noticed that every 15 minutes or so, I was fighting some boss or mini boss. I guess the devs at Game Science focus less on the story and focus more on creating a game where you consistently opening up a can of whoop ass or getting a can of whoop ass open on you, especially by this fat-headed Buddhist monk son of a bitch. Black Myth: Wukong boasts a remarkable variety of enemies, each uniquely inspired by creatures from Chinese mythology. This game adopts a semi-open world format reminiscent of God of War, combining linear progression with expansive areas that encourage exploration. These wide-range areas have many secrets to uncover, optional bosses, and engaging side quests. Some of you may have heard this old saying, but for those who haven't, it goes something like this. If it looks like a duck, swims like a duck, and quacks like a duck, then it's a duck. Though it's a simple concept to understand, if this were the Game Science devs answering this question, they would call it a duck-billed platypus instead of a duck. I'm pointing out this contrast because if you've played any Souls or Souls-like games, as I have, you'll recognize they all share a set of core mechanics. These includes things like healing flasks, intense boss fights, resource management through stamina and mana bars that control your combat actions, and checkpoint systems like bonfires, or in this case, keeper shrines, where resting restores your health, but also revives defeated enemies. Game Science developers with a straight face said that this game is an action RPG, even though it takes its core mechanics straight from the Miyazaki handbook. I could go on forever pointing out these similarities, but I don't want to hurt the devs' feelings and make them cry again. Though the combat in Black Myth: Wukong is similar to Dark Souls, there are some key differences. For one, the Destined One is agile and possesses great strength, resulting in fast-paced, explosive combat. To truly grasp the game's mechanics, you'll need to manage your resources carefully. Success in battle depends on unleashing a relentless fury of attacks while flawlessly dodging incoming blows to build up your focus meter. Once filled, this meter can be spent in 2 distinct ways. You can trigger a varied combo in the midst of a light attack to extend your onslaught, or if you build up enough focus, you can charge a devastating heavy attack that inflicts massive damage to your enemies. The in-depth skill tree further enhances the combat. As you progress through the story and grow more powerful, you'll unlock a variety of skills using spark points. These can be allocated across 4 categories, which are Foundation, Staff, Stance, Spells, and Transformations. The Foundation tree focuses on improving your character's core stats, things like health, stamina, and other foundational attributes that support your overall performance in combat. Staff Stance enhance 4 distinct combat styles, each with its own strengths and mechanics. What makes this system really shine is that you can seamlessly switch between these stances mid-combo. This allows you to adapt in real time to different enemies and combat situations, creating a fast-paced, fluid fighting experience. Spells, which are governed by the mana gauge, add another layer of strategy and versatility. You can freeze enemies temporarily with the immobilize spell to open them up for free hits. Summon duplicates of yourself with the spell A Pluck of Many to aid you in battle, or use Cloud Step to turn invisible, leaving behind a decoy. This particular spell can give you a moment to heal or apply buffs, and then re-engage with a surprise attack that can crit. Another spell, Rock Solid, temporarily turns you into a statue that deflects incoming attacks, which is perfect for setting up a counter strike. Transformations are similar to spells in function, but offer a completely different gameplay experience. They allow you to transform into specific bosses you've already defeated. While transform, you gain access to unique abilities and a completely separate health bar. Unlike spells, transformations don't use mana. They operate on a cooldown system, so don't think you can spam this. Gear plays a critical role in Black Myth: Wukong and is a key part of your overall progression. Whether it's armor, weapons, or curios, each type comes with unique effects that allow players to shape their own play style. Most weapons and armor sets are crafted using materials obtained from defeated bosses, while curios are typically found in hidden chests or dropped by specific enemies. There's a wide variety of gear to choose from, offering plenty of options for customization. Early on, you'll often replace weaker gear with stronger alternatives, but as you progress through the campaign, you'll start discovering equipment with special effects that synergize with certain stances and combat styles, allowing for deeper strategic builds. For all its incredible boss fights, fluid combat, and stunning design, there's one major issue with Black Myth: Wukong that's hard to ignore, and that's its performance. There has been a flood of complaints online from players on how their PC or console shit itself trying to run this game. I played on a base PS5 and experienced everything from ghosting and frame rate drops to stuttering and visual glitches. I get that this is Game Science's debut title and that Unreal Engine 5 is demanding on hardware, but even so, I can't give them a pass. They had years to optimize this game. I can't stress this enough that game developers need to take time to properly optimize their games before releasing them to the public. Black Myth: Wukong is a strong debut for Game Science. It delivers a thrilling, action-packed experience. The fast-paced combat feels reminiscent of a From Software title, offering intense and satisfying encounters. The game features a wide variety of enemies, exhilarating boss fights, and a beautiful world filled with diverse landscapes and beautiful Chinese architecture. Despite some technical issues that almost killed my PS5, Black Myth: Wukong is a solid and memorable game that successfully brings the legendary Journey to the West to life for the gaming community. So without further ado, I give Black Myth: Wukong an 8 out of 10. That will be it for today's review. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Share your thoughts in the comments section below regarding Black Myth: Wukong, and don't forget to tap that notification bell in order to stay up to date on my content. Stay safe, my friends, and please take care of one another. Peace.